Hi everybody, thanks for joining me tonight. My name is Susan and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I wanted to share with you because I got some requests as to how I created this punch art. My grandson is turning 5. Hard to believe I could even say that. Well, he's turning 5 in November, and every year he's always into something different. So this year was Grandma Mario. That's all I heard was Mario and Luigi and all of those other characters that I remember back when my kids were young. They've come back around. So that is going to be the theme of his birthday party in November. But I always like to get started on things as soon as I hear that that's what the theme is. Let me get them done. Now, this is not my idea. I saw these on Pinterest, and I'm very good at copying, so recreate the wheel is my theme. So I went ahead and did this. This was the prototype that I created, and emailed it, well, I text messaged it to my daughter, and she showed the boss man, and I got thumbs up on it. So right away I got going on it. So I did do a few little changes with it. So let me just show you how I put it together and what I use. Now, all the products I use are Stampin' Up! Some of the punches have been retired, but I'm a firm believer in not getting rid of some of the items that are retired because I still enjoy making things with them in my personal life and at the farmhouse where I sell some of my crafts, along with craft shows and vendor events that I also do. So I am using some retired products. I'm still available, but there are other products that Stampin' Up! Has that you can always incorporate and change it up if you were interested in making these, or if you really like them, or it's some kind of other theme. Last year was turtles, one year was Mickey Mouse. I mean, I pretty much come up with whatever the theme of his party is, I can recreate invitations. So if you're not into doing the stamping and you don't really like to make these kind of things, give me a holler, and I can make them for you and charge you a fee for that, so for my time involved in materials. So okay, let's get started on Mario and Luigi. Let me put these aside. I'll put these up here where I can, well, let me put them here where I can still see them. Okay, so let me show you some of the punches and things that I used, and then I'll go ahead and show you the pieces. I have like an assembly line here. I feel like I'm in a factory making these things, but they're just so much fun. I enjoy this so much. And so we're using different oval punches: small oval punch, the large, the jumbo. I'm also using some circle punches, 1 1/4 inch. This one is 1 3/8 inch, and this one is 3/4 inch. I also use, for texture on the mustaches, I use the textured Impressions wood grain folder, and I also use the little letters. That's what I did to make the L and the M. And this has been retired, but we have new ovals. I use the ovals to do the brim on the hat. Okay, and everything else was done with the punches. So let me get these out of the way. Put these aside. And again, if you have any questions on this, you can always shoot me an email. I'm not going to go into, big, involved presentation here. Just want to kind of give you an idea. Now, of course, the prototype, I didn't go through all the other extra steps that I went through with this. This piece is 4 by 2.5. The base piece is Blushing Bride, and I did that at 4 and 5 1/4. And I'm going to layer this onto an actual card that opens up with the invitation, but because I don't have all the details on that yet, I haven't done that part. But this will get glued onto the front of a card base. Okay, so keep that in mind. So let me get out my adhesive. I thought I had, oh, here it is. It's right up here. Sorry. Sometimes things get lost on my desk. So I'm using some snail adhesive. This is Garden Green. I'm going to put some snail adhesive on that. I'm making Luigi first. Okay. And one thing to keep in mind when you're making these kind of things, what I did is I ran it through with the letter, and then I used, let me see, it was a smaller punch, the 1 1/4 inch punch to punch it out. You do want to make sure when you're doing your letters, which I found out the hard way when I was all done. I'm trying to find it. Oh, here we go. Okay, what I thought, I'll put it on here so you could see. What I originally thought was an M wasn't. It was actually the W. So this is the M. So I had to go ahead and run them through again for Mario. But I mean, I didn't really care. I like doing this so much that to me this is like a therapy session. So now I'm trying to find an L because I threw it in the pile here. Just have like huge piles of stuff all over the place. All right, so that's that. The eyeballs were done with all of the different layers of ovals. The whites, I use the Pacific Points and the basic black. And your eyeballs are going to kind of go a little bit there. You have your little L here at the top, and I like to lay them out first, and once I get my protocol one, oh, there's my L. Hello. Boy, sometimes I wonder. So leave a little space there so they don't look too cross-eyed. And then I have the large oval, and everything except the eyeballs and these letters I sponged. I sponged all around. On the Blushing Bride, I used the Blushing Bride ink on the nose and around the card. On the rest of them, I used the crumb cake. And if you don't know how to do that, these are Stampin' Up ink pads. And let me show you very easily how to do that. You would just go ahead. The sponge is like cut into different wedges, so you can incorporate, you know, out of one sponge you can get up to 4 or 6. But you're just basically going around the edge. Now, of course, you would have done that with Blushing Bride, but that's just showing you how that's done. And you use this rounded part of your sponge to do that. Okay, so back to where we were. All right, so your eyeballs will go there. Your nose would go here. You see, he's already taking shape. The mustache is actually the same punch that I just trimmed down. So your mustache is going to go here. So let me go ahead and add some adhesive to that. You want to have a good adhesive to make sure that, of course, it's not going to fall apart when you send out your invitations. So I like to use snail. To me, that works well for something like this. Okay, the eyes. Oops. The eyes are going to go right about here. And a little bit here. Got a little bit glue on there, so I'll have to kind of rub that off a little bit. Now the nose, I like to use some dimensionals on the back of there to make that pop up a little bit. So go ahead, peel that off, and stick the nose, right about there. And then this piece, this is the one that I used, the oval collection. I think it was about the 3rd oval, and then I just cut it a little bit larger than half, so you can't really get 2 out of it. But I also put dimensionals up on that as well. So go ahead and do that. And we're going to kind of cover up his eyeballs a little bit. But I want to make sure my L is going to fit there too. So let me put my L. And then the little brim. It's almost like it's a hat, like a brim to his hat. Okay, and then I'm going to add some adhesive to the back of my L. put that right about there. Hopefully not putting my head in the camera. Then what I like to do is add a little bit of white gel pen, put kind of like little commas in his eye, and I also did a little bit on his nose. So there you go. There's Luigi. Okay, let's put him aside and let's quick do a little Mario. Mario is basically done the same way. I have his eyes. I have a brim for him in red. Excuse me, in red. This piece will go up at the top, and I sponged all these pieces as well. I think that looks good. And his M is going to go up there. And do the same for the eyes. And put some space in between. You can see the eyes really make a project like this. You know, if just going to lightly press them down in case I have to move it. But the eyes really make a punch art. Now, Mario's mustache is a little bit different. His, I used circle punches. I used the small, the dimensional back was stuck. I used the small circle punch in the basic black, the 3/4 inch. And then I believe it was the 1/4. Yeah. And then I used the 1 1/4 inch, and I actually cut that in half, and I layered the two together. You could barely see it because when you run it through the wood embossing folder, it you know, it kind of fills it in and makes it look like it was one piece. So he has a little bit different mustache than Luigi, which I did not know that. So it's good that you have grandchildren to teach you these things. Okay, so that'll go well there. Let me go ahead and add some adhesive to the back of that. I'm looking at my sample off to the side as I do this because kind of work better with having a little cheat piece to follow. And then, I mean, the rest of these, being that I have everything all cut out, sponged, ready to go, I have little piles of everything. The rest is just basic assembly. I'll throw on a little Netflix video or some music that I sing along to, but I wouldn't dare have you listen to me, of course. But put a little bit of adhesive on the M. Put that up center. And his little brim of his hat. That looks a little crooked, but I could always fix that later. Have that go there. And again, little gel pen in the eyes. And then the nose. And there we have them, Mario and Luigi. And I think he's going to love them. Now when I make the card, there's a little mushroom that I saw. So I think inside the card with the invitation, I'm going to do that little mushroom inside and kind of decorate the inside of the card as well. So I think these are really cute. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. But Mario, Luigi, and all those guys are all back in again. So if you have kids or grandkids and you want to do something fun with them, get all these things cut out and ready to go and have them help you assemble them. And it's just a lot of fun. All right. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. And I hope to see you again. And I hope you have a super Stampin' Day. And thanks again. Bye-bye.